Now you can let yourself tune in more deeply to this puppet. And actually try and figure out what it wants. And that requires imagining, that requires listening, that might require patience, it requires presence. And just like when you were working with yourself in your room, you can try something. And if that doesn't feel like what this puppet wants, then you can listen again. Try something else. Sometimes puppets want to hide. Sometimes puppets want to explore. I'm curious. Sometimes they want to create. Sometimes they want to mess things up. Sometimes they want to leave this workshop. And if you lose it a bit, you can come back to those principles, come back to just the breath, the gravity, and the focus. So your job is to support the desires of this puppet as best you can. And you can let it lead you. Transferring your own agency into the material of this puppet and letting it decide what happens. Which means you don't know in advance what's going to happen. You're putting yourself behind this puppet and its actions in front of you. And while we are here practicing distance between us and this being, or two separate beings with maybe separate desires altogether, putting our agency into the puppet and being in service to this puppet, while we're doing that, I also invite us to allow the puppet to contaminate us. So when we're animating, we often think about our life force moving into the puppet, but I want you to imagine that life force can move up your arm into your body from the puppet. And that there's this mutual penetration happening. That this is a bi-directional relationship. That you are in it, and it is in you, and you and it are different, and you and it are the same.